Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Rhett and I used to be a heavy drinker, total binge drinker. I'm about 2.5 years sober, maybe a little more. And this is what this channel is about, my experience with getting sober, what I went through. And today I want to talk about the drinking culture, how to survive it, how to escape it, whether you're trying to cut back on your alcohol, whether you're just trying to control it, or if you're looking to quit completely. I'm going to give you some tips, on how to do it. So, first, let's acknowledge the drinking culture. Obviously, in the United States, the drinking culture is huge and it can be toxic in a lot of ways, and I've experienced both ends of it. So, let's just acknowledge that there's probably nothing you can do about changing that culture. It's, you can only control what you can control, and that's how you interact with that culture, or not interact with it. And it's funny because I remember drinking and drinking heavily was actually, it was encouraged. Like you were cool if you could drink a lot, and if you couldn't, people made fun of you, and that's just the way it was. And of course, you know, I'd rather be applauded than ridiculed. So my goal was always to drink as much as possible. And, you know, that was just the way it was. It was always, I could drink more than you, I could outdrink you, or I could drink you under the table. Or if you couldn't drink a lot, you were considered a lightweight. And I think, I know for me that pushed me to drink even more than I should have, that I needed to. And it was to get that attention, to be the center of the party, the life of the party. And I look back and there was some, don't get me wrong, we had some good times, but I look back and, like, for what? Get a few laughs, get some attention from friends or people you don't even know at a party or at a bar, and for what? And then the next day I would wake up maybe still drunk, maybe extremely hungover. Maybe I didn't know exactly where I was when I was waking up. Did I make it home? Uh, am I on my couch? Did I make it to my bed? Am I at a friend's house? Not really sure. Regretting all the shit I said the night before or did, or just acted like a fool, all in the name of attention grabbing, I guess. And why do we do that? Why do we push ourselves to the edge just for what? Like, once you've, I feel like now, I mean, I'm not really tempted to drink anymore, but I'll go to bars with my wife or some of my friends and stuff, and, like, once you've been to one bar, you've been to all of them. So it's interesting what we'll do, or how, just to get attention or just to, like, be cool with friends, and we'll put our body and our mind in harm's way with overconsumption of alcohol. At least I did. I mean, I drank way more than I should have, drooling on myself, beer all over my shirt. Like, it was just unnecessary. And since I was on, such a far extreme on one end of the drinking spectrum, it was tough to escape the drinking culture. There was, I mean, I had no idea how to do it. Um, but there's a few things that helped along the way in different situations. It kind of just depended. Now, I will say, if you still want to be in that environment where there will be alcohol, so there's a few things you can do. One, pretty obvious, you can get a non-alcoholic beverage, maybe one that looks like a drink. Like, you can just order a Coke. No one will know. Have them put a lime in it. They have non-alcoholic beers. You can get mocktails. Like, for me, I've had a few, but it doesn't really do it for me. I mean, I love the taste of IPAs, but not if it doesn't get me drunk. Not that much, not enough to have one. So that's one. Two, you master the art of deflection, right? So if you're going out and people are going to be, asking you, hey, you want to drink this, that, or the other, just kind of deflect. No, I'm not drinking. I'm taking it easy. I'm taking a little break. And honestly, that's all you'll have to do. It won't take much more than that. If they press, keep deflecting, and then just maybe politely just like, why do you care so much about why I'm drinking? Nothing like super aggressive, and that should do it. If it even gets to that point, I've never even had that happen. Usually if I tell someone, they're like, oh man, good for you. That's 99% of the time that's the response you'll get. And number three, let's own your choice. Like, own it. Don't be timid, don't be shy, don't be like ashamed that you're trying to quit drinking and do something good for yourself, something positive for your body and your health. Like, own that. Don't shy away. If someone's giving you shit, tell them like, look, I'm trying to be a better person. I don't need alcohol. Own it. Confidence kills awkwardness, because it will be awkward in the beginning. There's no doubt. But the more confident you are, people will see that and they're like, oh, good for Rhett. Or, you know. 4, have a plan, have an exit plan. If things are getting kind of loose and slippery and you're just not comfortable with what's going on, or maybe you feel like you're getting tempted or triggered to have a drink, whether it's like you're annoyed with all the drunk people, so you want to have a drink to kind of calm your nerves, or it looks like they're having a ton of fun. I want that, so let me get a drink. That caught me so many times. So have a plan. Just plan on leaving early. It's set a little curfew for yourself, and you don't have to make this grand exit. You could just dip out, not even tell anyone. No one's gonna care. They might for like 5 minutes, and they'll just continue on with their night, and it'll never be a thing. Or if they ask like, oh, I'm getting up early tomorrow, I got some things I want to take care of, or yeah, I want to get up, I'm getting up early and I don't want to feel like shit. I mean, who can argue with that? And if they did, move on, go talk to someone else. It doesn't matter. Another thing that will help when you're like kind of in a drinking environment, or just in social situations, is try to find people that maybe they don't look like they're drinking, maybe they don't look like they're drinking a lot, and just go kind of gravitate towards them. That'll help. There'll be less pressure over there. You might meet some new people, make some new friends. Like, it's a win-win, right? Because if you're in the crowd where it's getting pretty rowdy, and it's either going to be obnoxious. No, well, it'll definitely be obnoxious and maybe tempt you to drink, or it's going to look like a lot of fun, and you're going to want to drink. So yeah, just kind of pick and choose where you're gravitating to in the crowd. Keep an eye on your triggers, or you can just skip being around that environment, that scene altogether. That's what I had to do, because for me, it was all or nothing. There's no point. If I'm not going to go to a bar unless I'm going to get trashed. Why else would I go to a bar? I just completely cut that part of my life out. Now, maybe, but I still, if my wife's out with her friends or our friends, she's like, hey, do you want to meet up with us later? I might go for like 20 or 30 minutes just to say hi and stuff, but I have no business being in a bar, and it's not because I'm tempted to drink. Like, I could go hang out there for a while and not be tempted at all. But still, why do I need to be in a bar? Don't need it. And then, if you have friends that you hang around with that are also, they also tempt, not, they're not purposely tempting you, but just that environment, being back in a similar environment where you used to drink, like it's going to be, it's going to be tough, you know. And for a while I had to cut those engagements off too, because it was just like I wasn't there yet. So I hope this helped. I hope that you can use some of these, you know, very basic tips to help you navigate drinking culture in today's society. Very, very simple. The stuff works. Just, you know, give it a try. And I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'll see you on the next one.